Hello, everybody. Professor Barth is here, history professor at Arizona State University. Well, as some of you know, I have made several key videos on internet freedom, internet surveillance. I did a movie review on Edward Snowden a few months back. And so this is an issue that really concerns me. And in light of the news today, I thought it would be very appropriate for me to pop in and say a word about this latest bombshell from Wikileaks. Today, Wikileaks began a series of new revelations and leaks on the CIA named Vault 7, the largest publication of confidential documents in the history of that agency. This follows another WikiLeaks revelation on the CIA from February 16th of this same year, which revealed that the CIA was interfering directly in the last French presidential election in 2012. You better believe they're doing it for this election cycle as well. The first part of this new series of leaks includes just under 9,000 documents from the CIA's Center for Cyber Intelligence in Langley, Virginia. The new revelations expose tools used by the CIA to hack smartphones, computer operating systems, and so-called smart TVs, according to the press release from WikiLeaks. The leaks uncover the massive scope and direction of the CIA's global covert hacking program and malware arsenal, including weaponized backdoors and exploits against a wide range of products, including iPhones, Androids, and Windows products, and even Samsung TVs, turning these products into covert microphones. In other words, your phone, your so-called smart TV, CIA can hack into those devices and covertly activate the camera, the microphone, etc. And we knew this was going on, right? It was obvious to anyone paying attention that U.S. intelligence is plugged into all of these devices and that they could hack in and listen in. But the leaks from today are very important because it constitutes incontrovertible evidence that this is going on. Another interesting revelation is that the CIA, as of October 2014, was looking into how to hack automobiles in order to effect undetectable assassinations. It's like James Bond stuff right there. And when they speak of that, that's not just for foreign actors, right? It could be for domestic opponents or players. Besides the obvious risk of creating a police state, a total surveillance state that surpasses anything seen in 1984, so-called cyber weapons, as these are not possible to restrain from leaking to non-state actors. Cyber weapons are computer programs and can just as readily be used by private actors or hostile states. I mean, think of North Korea, right? So many hostile states could get a hold of these cyber weapons or computer programs. The WikiLeaks press release estimates that some actors on the global market might be willing to pay hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to obtain such weapons. And in fact, WikiLeaks claims that the CIA recently, quote, lost control, end quote, of the majority of its hacking arsenal, which is now circulating among former U.S. government hackers and contractors in an unauthorized manner, giving the possessor the entire hacking capacity of the CIA. Speaking of cyber warfare, the leaks also reveal that the CIA's so-called Umbridge group, that's in all caps, Umbridge group, collects and maintains a library of hack techniques used by other states, allowing, in essence, the agency to misattribute a particular cyber attack to a foreign power by leaving behind digital fingerprints of the group that the agency wishes to attribute it to, even though the group didn't do it. In other words, the agency could launch a cyber attack, blame it on the Russians or some other foreign power, North Korea, whoever, and then point to so-called fingerprints as evidence that it was Russian, even though it wasn't. In case there are any doubts of the legitimacy of these leaks, Wikileaks has, we might point out, a perfect record so far of publishing accurate reports. They do very, whether you like them or not, the documents they publish are accurate. And Edward Snowden, who knows a thing or two about this information, tweeted out today that it, quote, looks authentic. This truly is an enormous story, and it will be interesting to see how the media covers it, if they really cover it at all. It will also be interesting to see how certain corners of the left respond to the story, given that much of the left, excepting men like Glenn Greenwald, who I have just enormous respect for. You gotta love Greenwald. And otherwise, a great deal of the left have opted to side with the CIA and the deep state against the current administration, despite the ugly history of that agency and its propensity to lie to the American people. And I must say, I mean, when I was an undergraduate student, that's when I really first started looking into the history of the CIA and some of the things they did in Latin America, in the Middle East, here domestically against political opponents, and in the 1960s and so on. And I learned that from the left. It was conservatives who were constantly, brushing it off and not talking about it. It was the left who was talking about it. It's just strange to see how things change, how things flipped over time. Come on, left, right? It's time for the left to wake up on this issue. Conservatives have woken up in large degree, not perfectly, but the left needs to wake up also. This is not a left-right issue, people, right? Like, do we want to live in a country with a system like this? I don't care what your ideology is. I don't care if you are, if you're a capitalist or a socialist or a Christian or an atheist or a Muslim or a whatever you are. This is not the type of, do we want agencies with this sort of power? And like I said, do we want agencies with programs that can be obtained by hostile actors? This is not something that we want. Listening devices and cameras in our houses. Like 1984. You guys remember that, right? 1984. This is not, it's like I always thought that because 1984 was published and it was so widely read, that it would mean that the system could not get through. Because it's so read. How could people accept it when it came along? And here we are, right? Come on, people. Get past the partisanship, and can we unite a little bit behind common goals and common actions? Really? Because that's why I've talked about this in earlier videos. It's not a left-right issue. This is not left and right. So I'm a little frustrated right now. But I'm going to leave it at that. So I'm glad this info got out, but it's just frustrating, man. Why we have to, put up with this? And, why don't people care? Why don't people care? That's all. I'll see you next time. By the way, if this is the first time you've seen me and you have not watched previous videos, I'm building a cache of videos. They're pretty good, I think. But check them out, right? I just published a new video a couple days ago that's really good, I think. So check these videos out and share them with friends, family, etc. Till next time, God bless.